are back for part 2 of this bright. Goodness. The sun is going in and out like crazy, so I'm sorry about, I don't know why I'm apologizing for Mother Nature, but that is just how it's gonna go. Just in case, hello guys, welcome back. I don't know if this was gonna be one whole big video or if I was gonna split this in two. So let me just say welcome back to part 2 of the Q&A. I asked you guys some questions a long time ago, not gonna lie. It was about a month and a half, 2 months ago now. I asked you guys to ask away anything you wanted to ask. Obviously I just announced or had recently announced that we were expecting, so a lot of these questions are pregnancy related, so a little trigger warning there, just in case that is a difficult subject for you. A lot of these questions will be pregnancy related, so just please turn off this video if it is not something that you need or can watch right now. I know I've been there, so please just turn me off. I do not mind. I would rather you keep your mental health sound than watch a video needlessly. So I'm gonna dive, I'm so sorry about the lighting guys. Let me turn, hold on. Let me turn the living room light on. Let's dive straight into the next batch of questions. Hopefully we will be able to finish in this video, and it'll just be a two-parter, so let's dive straight in. Jenny Layden says that she'd like to know how we told our mum and dad about the baby and were they surprised. I'm sure they were over the moon. Is this their first grandchild? So on both sides, Burnham and mine's parents, it is not their first grandchild, and they were so thrilled. We called Burnham's family, they're up in London, and we went over to my parents for dinner and surprised them with a little box, which you would have seen in the first Q&A. So if you want to see their reaction, head back to the first part of the Q&A to watch their reaction. Jude says, is there any way we can send you baby gifts? So I do not have a PO box anymore. I did look into reopening my PO box, but unfortunately you have to pay 3 months in advance for them, and it's a lot of money, and it's not really something I can do right now just for the price of it, and it's gone up as well to have the PO boxes here. So I don't have a PO box. I know quite a few of you guys, this is not the first time I've been asked this. It's a bit awkward because I don't want you to spend money on us needlessly, but I also know the feeling of wanting to send somebody something. So yeah, I do have what's it called, super thanks on YouTube. So I know that one of my sweet friends, she actually gave the first ever super thanks on our channel, and basically everything that we earn here on YouTube is going towards the baby. Anything you do here, watching these videos, liking them, commenting, that helps. Everything is going towards setting up for baby Dean. Right, Catherine Ray. Not baby related, but you and hubby seem to have such a great relationship. How long have you been together? Any relationship advice? We have been together, it'll be 10 years next February, which is just nuts. And we've been married, it'll be 3 years in November, which again, time has just flown by so quickly, it feels. And the best relationship advice I can give you, I don't know, Burnham is just my entire world. He is an incredible husband. He does so much. When he needs to step up, he does. Watching him like step into this dad role has been incredible. And find somebody who makes you laugh. Obviously our faith is an important aspect of our relationship. We keep that in the forefront of our minds. You know, we try to lead a faith-filled relationship and marriage, which I think is also important. And that's not going to be important to everyone, because obviously not everyone here is a Christian or has the same beliefs, but that is important to us. We pray for each other, we pray with each other, and that really has strengthened our relationship over the years. And I truly believe that. You know, I try to pray for our marriage and my husband and our family every day, so I think that's a big part of it for us. And I guess that's difficult if that's not your faith, but if you're open to it, I think it's something to really look at. Kate M says, my question is simple. How are you doing? Making a life is so life-changing and exciting and a little exhausting. Thank you so much for asking how I'm doing. I've definitely, like I mentioned in the first part of the Q&A, or was it maybe just in the beginning of this weekend, I've definitely been having a rough few weeks. Mentally, emotionally, it's been difficult. My hormones are just all over the place and I cry at the drop of a hat, but I'm doing okay for the most part. The lack of sleep is probably what's the hardest because I just can't get comfortable. I have my good days and I have my bad days. I've got an incredible support network. Burnham is just being the most incredible husband. Kudos to him, honestly. I can't sing his praises enough how much he's been a support during this pregnancy. He's been to every appointment with me, he's been by my side for everything. He's really been incredible, and my friends have just been so kind and caring and like checking in on me, which just feels so lovely. And also you guys' encouragement has been really sweet, so thank you so much. But we're in the last stretch. We're in trimester 3, guys. We can do this, we'll be fine. Eve, beautiful Eve, she said, how's everything going with baby preparations, etc., and have the pups sensed baby yet? As they always say, dogs can tell. Oh. Then Tracy said, I love the comments you write. So do I. Eve is one of the sweetest people. So journey, how's everything going? Everything's going great. Really great. I'm so thankful. Blood pressure, everything so far. Baby is right on track. So far so good. Baby girl is doing so well in there. Preparations are going great. We've got nearly everything we need. Sorry, my battery's gonna die again. Just need to sort out my hospital bag, sort out baby's hospital bag. Don't have too much left to get, like I mentioned. Hopefully it didn't cut off before, but I'll just repeat it just in case. So hospital bag, still need to do postpartum, like trolley carry for the bathroom, still need to do, and buy, like I haven't got any of that stuff yet. And we haven't got the cot bed yet, but again, we're not in a rush for that. Not heaps, really. There's a lot of things we're not going to get until we know we need them. So for example, I want to breastfeed, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So if I can't, obviously we'll probably get like the Tommy Tippy prep machine. We've got shops and things on our doorstep that Burnham can run out and get if we do need anything, or family and friends could run and grab it for us if we know we're going to need it before I leave hospital. So there's things I'm not really wanting to get unless we know we need them. I really want to get a rocking chair for the baby room, but we're hoping maybe like work vouchers and things can go towards that, because usually work do some lovely vouchers when you're going off on maternity and things. So I'm hoping I can maybe put some vouchers towards a rocking chair. I'm on the lookout for second hand, but so far no good. But yeah, we'll see, but not too much to get really, and we still need to probably buy more nappies and things like that, but we've got stuff to start with. And I just feel like in this day and age, everything's sort of so readily available either next day or in a shop that if we don't have something, we can get it. Julie, she's asked, will you have he or she, will you have a baby dedicated? She said, hope that's not too personal. Absolutely not too personal at all. Wow, the wind's going, can you hear that? We will definitely be looking to have a blessing. I'm not sure if we're going to do a christening. We haven't kind of figured that out yet. We're still kind of looking to settle into a home church. I know, I've said this for so long, but it's a process trying to find somewhere that you're truly comfortable in, especially when there's two of you who have to be comfortable at the church. So depending on sort of where we end up church-wise, we'll sort of figure that out as we go. But definitely having a blessing or a dedication or a christening of some sort for baby girl, absolutely. Would love to see your pregnancy journey, also many other stuff you used to show us. That's Welsh Lioness, she misses the fashion videos. Definitely won't be doing any fashion anymore. I know a few of you miss it. I mean, I know so many of you have probably left because that's what you watched solely, but no, there's not going to be any fashion videos or anything like that going forward. You know, I loved that part and stage of my journey here, but it's just, that's not like who I am anymore or what I do. It's just going to be a vlog channel, which is kind of what it's always been, with a little sprinkling of fashion. But I still show you some, just not much. And I look forward to obviously sharing this whole journey with you guys. Tell us about your journey to becoming a mama. That's from Emma Brockhurst. Gosh, that's like a video in itself, really. But, you know, obviously me and Burnham were fairly traditional in the sense that we waited until we got married before we started trying for a baby. As soon as we got married, I had my implant out and had the diagnosis of PCOS. So we knew it might be slightly more difficult. Didn't expect it to take as long as it did to sort of get my periods back. To help get my periods back, I was actively trying to lose weight, as you know. I mean, that journey is just up and down. I did my Weight Watchers, which I can't wait to get back on after baby has arrived. I'm definitely going to keep up with that. I did take Myo Plus, which is a supplement. Obviously, do your research, check with your doctor, etc., please. But this is just what I used. I used Myo Plus in a systole, which basically is a supplement to help with PCOS. Eventually my periods started coming back after about a year of nothing. Yeah, so after that point, it was just regularly tracking my cycles. Initially I used like ovulation sticks and temperature and apps. I used MyOva, no, is it MyOva? I'll just double check the name of it. Oh, Ovia. I used that to track my ovulation. Eventually I got into a good rhythm with knowing when I was ovulating. I learnt my body, but one thing that was a huge blessing, whether that was the Myo Plus or just my body regulating itself, I don't know, but I had regular periods, which is something actually I had never had before. And we just tracked. Obviously we tried to do the business when the business needed to be done. And we just, you know, had fun trying. Don't let the fun leave the trying part. Obviously with the PCOS, and I'm trying to get support from the doctors, they put me on metformin, which is commonly known as a diabetics drug, but they do now use it for PCOS. Yeah, all of that combined, and then obviously I was taking folic acid religiously, taking that and my metformin and my Myo Plus, and yeah, 2 years later we managed to conceive. But it's not going to look like that for everyone. That was our journey, but it was hard. Mother's Days, Father's Days, just Christmases, and you kept hoping it was going to be oh, your first birthday with baby, your first Christmas with a baby. Oh, it could happen this month, and then you get a period. Oh, it could happen this month, and then you get a period. A hard journey, but I also feel like I was very, very, very blessed that we got pregnant, that I'm in my 3rd trimester, and Lord willing, this baby will arrive in a few months. I still know nothing is guaranteed, so I still pray over this little one every single day. I don't take a day with her for granted, is what I'm trying to say, because I know nothing is certain and nothing is a given. So I still have that fear, and I think when you try for so long until that baby's in your arms and you know she's crying and okay, it's still going to be a nerve-wracking journey. Courtney says, did you do anything different leading up to getting pregnant that you think helped, and what is your plan for maternity leave? How long do you get in the UK? So I've kind of talked about my journey and the supplements and tablets I was taking and prescribed, and I do feel it all helped, and I did manage to lose some weight. I lost a couple of stone, you know, that probably helped as well. It can really give your body a bit of a, you know, kick. But all of that, I'm sure it all helped. Like, I'm so sure it all helped, but again, everybody's different, so who knows. So maternity leave in the UK, we can have up to 1 year, and it all depends on your maternity package with your workplace as well. So some workplaces will offer you like 3 months fully paid, and then the rest is all statutory government. My aim is to take a year if I can, but realistically, financially, probably just 9 months. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's kind of, we can take up to a year if you can afford it, but most people generally can't. The last 3 months of maternity, even on government pay, is 0. You get no monies for the last 3 months. So that's why most people take 9 months as opposed to a year. Harry Privet says, does the UK have motherhood groups? And if so, will you be joining one? I'm a member of a faith-based mothers group. Yes, I do believe there are plenty of motherhood groups. Like you, I would like to, you know, be part of a faith-based motherhood group. I definitely would like to have that encouragement and that support network around me. So I will probably look into it a bit more later down the line. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we are trying to find the right church for us and kind of settle in somewhere before baby arrives, but that is sort of an ongoing process in the background. So we'll see how that goes, but I would like to have something faith-based like you, definitely, whether it be online or in person. I think it'd be good for me to have something in person, but I'll definitely go to like mother groups once baby arrives. They do a lot in my area at different churches, so I'll definitely like take myself to those, so that I can meet other moms and try build a bit of a network there. Claire says, any weird cravings with your baba? I wouldn't say anything weird. No, I wouldn't say anything weird. I mean, weird things to eat at certain times of day. Like at one stage, I really just wanted noodles for breakfast and ham sandwiches, which really aren't quite a breakfast item, like naturally for me. But nothing like strange, you know, I haven't wanted like peanut butter on pickles or anything like that. But I've definitely wanted different foods, and I had the just hardest time eating like a normal human being. My aversions were nuts. One day I could eat something, then the next day I couldn't. Yeah, I definitely had a lot of aversions, not so much cravings. I just didn't really want anything, and that was that was interesting. I've always liked food. Jodie Hawks, fab news for you both. As know it's been tough to get to this point, but when that blue line showed, what was your exact thoughts? Was it beep? Laugh out loud. I think I've kind of gone through that in part 1 of the Q&A, but yeah, I was pure shock. I could not believe it, and until I saw that little baby bean in the first like 12-week scan, it was the longest 3 months of my life waiting for that scan. The longest 3 months of my life. Definitely, I mean, there were probably swear words going through my mind, in all fairness. All like positive though. But yeah, I was pretty shocked. My sweet, sweet cat, she has been a friend of mine for a very, very long time here on YouTube. She has asked a few questions. Do you have a preference for delivery, as in home, hospital, medicated, etc.? Are you a bit nervous about judgment when it comes to deciding those things for yourself? I feel every woman's wish for delivery or breastfeeding, etc. is personal and 100% valid. Couldn't agree more. So let's just answer that one first. I have no set plan for birth. I am totally open to whatever gets baby here safest, happiest, healthiest for both her and I. I am going to be labouring in the hospital. I do not want a home birth, definitely not just in case of any complications, and the hospital is not super close. And then I probably won't go to like a birthing centre either. We do have one, but again, it's quite far away, and if something were to go wrong, I would then have to go to hospital anyway. So I'd rather just be at hospital. In my mind, I'm just prepared for heading to the labour ward and having baby on the labour ward, like in my room, and that's okay. As for medication and things, my hope is to have a natural unmedicated birth if I can, but I am totally open to gas and air, drugs, epidural, basically whatever is needed at the time, and if I choose that, great. I've told Burnham that I would like to try see as much as possible without meds. That's just how I would like to do things. I would like to have it as unmedicated as possible. Excuse the train. I would like to have it as unmedicated as possible, but I have no idea how my body's going to react. I have no idea how I'm going to react. I don't know how I'm going to feel in the moment. It could be too much and I could be like, 5 minutes in, give me an epidural. So I feel like I'm going in really open-minded, and I feel like that's a really good way to do it personally, because I don't have expectations and then potential letdown. Like, I don't want to feel bad because I decide to get an epidural. I don't want to feel bad if they turn around and say, you can't get in the labour pool. I mean, it might not even be available. I believe they only have one on the ward I would go to. So I'm just going in open-minded, basically. At the end of the day, whatever is needed to make sure that she arrives as safely as possible, I will do. Whether that be epidurals or C-section, whatever need to be done, I will have no like set thing in my mind, because I feel you're setting yourself up for potential like letdown and stress and worry. I think you're going to be super stressed and worried regardless, so I'd rather not give myself like this list of things that I feel have to be done. I'd rather just go in really open-minded and be like, if you need to do that, you know, I want to be fully informed of everything by the doctors and the midwives, etc., so that I know exactly what's going on. But I also don't want to go in with any unrealistic expectations. How do you guys go about choosing the name, or did you already have that decided? So we actually just spieled out names to each other. We used baby apps, like a lot of the apps I'm tracking everything on and following baby's journey on have like name options that you can kind of like love the ones and it'll put them in a list. So we would just like spiel out names. We'd just be on the couch and be like da 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 da, and we'd be like, no, yeah, and if we both agreed on one, then we'd be like, right, put it in the top 10. Put it on the list if we both agree. And yeah, we'd just have like discussions, and then if we'd hear names come up in, like, we'd be reading something or watching something and we heard a name, we'd be like, oh, quite like that name, should we put that on the list? Very simply. We've also, you know, we've been through biblical names, we've been through family names, we've kind of done all of that side of things as well, and I think it's all just going to boil down to when we see our baby girl, we've got a list that we like, and it could end up being none of those or it could be one of those, so we're just going to wait till she arrives before we decide. Do you have a specific method of parenting in mind, as in Montessori, or do you have certain beliefs or none at all when it comes to that? I'm not familiar with the whole Montessori thing, not gonna lie. I've seen lots of stuff crop up on like Instagram and YouTube about it, but I couldn't tell you what it is, not gonna lie. The only thing we're sure of is we're obviously gonna be incorporating faith into raising our child, you know, biblical values, teaching baby girl about Jesus and reading the Bible. Let me know your methods of parenting in the comments. I'd be really curious, actually. I've not really looked into that. What are the joys and fears that come with expecting for you personally? I've been joyous and fearful this whole time. I am so excited to meet her. I'm so excited to be a mama. I'm so excited to watch Burnham become a dad, and I cannot wait to see him holding her for the first time. Like, I cannot wait to see him holding that like car seat on the way out of hospital. Like, the amount of excitement it brings me for that moment, to see him become a dad, have him watch me become a mom, just all the moments. I'm terrified. I can't lie, I'm absolutely terrified. I have not done much when it comes to being around babies. I used to babysit as a teenager, but that's it. That's as far as it goes. Neither me or Burnham have been around kids very much. So yeah, we're terrified. But I feel like we've got an amazing, oh excuse me, we've got an amazing support network around us. My girlfriends with Bubbers are there at the drop of a hat if I need any advice, which they have been already throughout this whole journey. The internet is a wealth of knowledge. And I feel like you can never really be prepared for bringing a new life into your home. But I just can't wait. I can't wait for all the firsts. I'm so excited for all of it. I can't wait to read stories, sing nursery rhymes, lullabies. I already sing to her. I can't wait to just see how she grows, see what she looks like. Will she have my eyes or my nose or Burnham's nose, or will she have blonde hair, dark hair, red hair? Like, I'm so excited. I'm terrified and excited all at the same time. Like, it is a big change. Absolutely cannot wait. And we're not naive to how difficult this next step and next adventure is going to be. But I can't wait for it all. I just can't wait. Lizzie said, PCOS gang member here too. Yep. So I know how you must be feeling right now. She asked, how do you feel about it all? Will you be moving anytime soon? Also, will you find out the gender? So we know the gender. We've been over about moving. That was in part 1. We do not plan on moving anytime soon. And we're just feeling excited, nervous, just all the feels. Just can't wait to meet her. Just cannot wait to meet her. I just feel like time's zooming by. I know that last month's probably gonna drag real bad, but right now it feels like it's just right around the corner. My lovely Chicago lady, Susan, are you going to continue being on YouTube, which I hope you do. She said, I wouldn't know how I'd be without seeing your smiley face every week. But yes, I do fully plan to be on YouTube. We went over this in part 1. Like I mentioned in the part 1, I just don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know how I'm gonna feel once baby's here. I don't know if I'm gonna want to vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna be awake enough to vlog. I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage it all initially with a newborn, etc. But I really want to capture all those moments. I love watching the newborn vlogs, and then when they go back and see all those memories once baby's like 1 or 2 years old, I want to have all those sweet, precious memories. And whether I am able to get those into vlogs straight away, who knows, but I really do want to capture as much as possible. I wish I had video of me when I was a little baby. And I can't wait to be able to share that with my family and friends who are all around the world. You know, you got to understand, like, I have a tiny handful, both Burnham and I have a tiny handful of like family and friends in the UK, whereas most of like my family is all over the world. And you know, my best friend's in Canada, for goodness sake. So it's lovely to be able to capture that and then be able to share that with them in the vlog format, because it just feels like they're spending time with you as opposed to just watching a video. So yes, absolutely. I really do hope I can continue on this journey with you guys. Again, so happy for you too. If it's too personal, ignore, but did you have a specific diagnosis for not being able to conceive? And if yes, did you have some kind of therapy, and for how long before your great news? So we've kind of been over this. I definitely didn't have, like, I didn't have a doctor tell me I couldn't get pregnant. I was told I had PCOS. I was told it might be more difficult because of that and my age. But otherwise, I wasn't told you are not able to have kids or you have this percentage of chance. I was just told it would be more difficult. Here are some things to help you. And I had to wait a year of having periods before I could get any sort of treatment or see any doctors on fertility. And then by that point I was over the threshold for IVF on the NHS anyway, so I would have had to have gone private regardless if we had to go down that route. So Fiona asked, can I ask, did you find the MyOva good with trying to conceive? Yes, I really do think it probably helped me get my periods in line. That's one thing I do find, because I wasn't on the metformin or anything like that. I was taking the MyOva for a year before I started anything else, I think, and I really think it helped me get those periods back. I mean, whether that was the implant hormones coming out my system and the joint of it like helping, it was a bit of an investment. It was expensive every month. It was about £35 every month for a bottle for 30 days. So I do feel like it did the trick. I would recommend it personally, but go through your doctors and whatnot, and do your research independently. Right, my camera's overheated again because it is just that warm. I'm gonna take a little breather for a minute to have a drink, let my camera cool down, and I will be right back. Okay, we are back after it's probably been an hour since the last clip. So Lorna mentions about, will baby go in your room for a while or straight into the nursery? So no, baby's gonna be in our room. They recommend up to 6 months or 6 months or more for baby to be in the room with you, and that is definitely something we are going to do. I know some people have baby in their room for a couple of weeks and then into their own room they go. I know friends who have had baby in their room for a year, so I think we're just gonna see how we get on. Whatever is best for baby and what works for us is what we're gonna do, but we are planning for 6 months. That's right, isn't it, bub?
What?
We're planning for 6 months, aren't we?
Oh, I thought we was planning for 18 years and then get rid of it. You gotta do it in 6 months.
Hang out like it will be 32. They can't afford to rent.
I was gonna say, yeah,
They're not going to be able to afford to leave home at this rate.
No, they can pay our rent now.
So yes, baby's going to be with us in our room, in the bedside crib, for a good 6 months, but we'll see how it goes. Emily Williams asks, just wondering, as you and I are both pregnant new mamas, what side effects did you get first trimester? So first of all, congratulations, Emily. And first trimester, gosh, tired. Burnham was shocked. Burnham is next to me if you can hear any clicking and stuff. Burnham was very shocked that his wife became a napper. I napped, I was tired, I didn't know what I wanted to eat. I was food aversions galore.
Yep.
What else?
Oh, this food's amazing. Cook it the next day. It's horrible.
Yeah, I was really, food was, yeah, big like up and down with me. Peeing a lot. I did have a small bleed in the beginning. I can't remember if it was trimester 1 or more trimester 2, but I did get some terrible headaches. They were brutal and relentless. Newt, you're shaking the camera, my girl. They were brutal and relentless headaches, so those were definitely not pleasant. I cried a lot. Very hormonal. I was really hormonal.
I wouldn't say you cried a lot.
No? More trimester 2 I have. This is a very real life Q&A. We're just like in the lounge with the whole family. I felt like I was super emotional. And I think the worst thing with trimester 1 was fear and anxiety. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. I don't think I could like relax or even enjoy, like truly embrace the fact that I was pregnant until I had that 12-week scan, hey? Yeah. Once I had that, I felt like I could finally just breathe a sigh of relief. And then of course I went to Canada the next day, so I had a really good time. So yeah, that was definitely, yeah, I flew in my first trimester. That was interesting and uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. Tracy says, new subby here, welcome. Hopefully you're still around. It's been 2 months, I'm so sorry. I've heard you say bucks and slacks in your vlogs a few times. Do I detect a slight American accent with certain words? Are you from the USA? No. I do say a lot of probably Americanized things, but I was born and raised in Africa. Yeah, I think a lot of my like bucks and slang and slacks and things like that comes from like my African side. I don't know. Yeah, and I mean I watch a plethora of American vloggers, so I definitely pick up stuff like I say, oh my Lanta, that's definitely American. That's not African. That's American through and through. I think that's it. I think I've answered everything on the questions tab. I know there were a few questions in the comments on the vlogs, but I am definitely not going to try filter through right now. If you would like me to do another Q&A, let me know. They're long, but I love sitting down and chatting with you guys. I feel like we don't get to do this enough. So if you'd like to do another Q&A, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely put another post up on my community tab to sort that out. And if you want it on Instagram as well, let me know, because I know a lot of you are on Insta and you find it easier because you don't see the community tabs. Right, my battery's gonna die. I hope you enjoyed this epically long Q&A. I'm sure it's gonna be 2 parts, but thanks for spending time with me. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me and Burnham and the pups, and obviously our baby girl. So excited to share in the next few months, few years, who knows, with you guys. But yeah, just thanks for all the love and support. I appreciate it so much. But for me, Bubs and the pups, sending you much love. Take care, God bless, and we will see you real soon. Bye.